Well, hey everyone, welcome to the Learn with the Nerds Copilot Q&A. Still waiting for for Amelia to get to the studio. There she is, Amelia Roberts, right there, Copilot. Checking audio. Let's see.
This session.
There we go. Look at that.
Cool.
Man, you guys are just in
the friends. I thought it'd be more fun that way.
Well, I mean, I know you just wrapped up a live video and you had to run to the other studio, so well done, guys. Well, Amelia, any initial thoughts or comments on the Learn with the Nerds before we get started and jump into the questions? Great session today. I think lots of great comments in the chat. Just a reminder for everyone, we will be giving away some free training at the end of this Q&A. So the more you participate and engage in the Q&A, the more opportunities you will have to win. We may even be able to give away some Coach Percy t-shirts too in honor of his National Pickleball Championship. So let's jump right into it. And I'm going to throw a question up on the screen. We got Jonathan, we got Amelia, we got Matt. First question from Evan Guilfoyle. Can you connect to a Power BI semantic model?
Yes, actually, you are able to do that. You need to make sure on the admin side that you have Copilot enabled in Power BI. You also need to make sure that you have the Q&A feature in Power BI enabled as well, because it uses the same type of engine, your Copilot, your agent will. And then you will use a Power BI API as your data source. So there are a couple steps involved in doing that, but it is possible. We did also have the question, I saw someone asked if it can read a dashboard, kind of the same process in that as well, but it is possible, yes.
Remind folks, next week is Percy's birthday. Coach Percy is turning 1, Cert XP. It's the 1-year anniversary of Cert XP, and we will be giving away, well, actually, we're giving free access to Copilot this entire weekend. And so if you go to our on-demand learning platform, you sign up for a free account, you'll have access to our free Copilot sessions. Plus, we're going to have some other specials coming up next week. So just want to make sure we tell you that early and often. So next question. Regarding trigger phrases, does it match those literally, or does it do a meaning match? That's from Brian Thrasher.
Great question, Brian. So yeah, with your trigger phrases, there's lots of best practices to have. I think the most important one that we would all agree with is 5 to 10 trigger phrases, because that's going to expand that natural language understanding model. So if your phrase was, what is my refund? They don't have to type exactly in what is my refund in order to engage that topic. They could just say something like refund information. So 5 to 10 trigger phrases is what you're looking for. You want to make them semantically different. So putting in verbs and nouns are great, but don't worry about like articles and capitalization, punctuation, all that. That's not really going to help it. So really, I like to think of it as when you go out to do a Bing search, I could write a whole sentence in, but they're really looking for those keywords to focus in on.
All right. Great. Let's see. Next up, we have from DR Paquette. Can we build multiple bots in multiple languages?
Yeah, great question. So when you build out a bot, you do have the ability to add in secondary languages. Now, it's not like an easy process. So it would be great, and maybe somewhere down the road, there'll be just a translator that comes with our bots, and we can say we want to use Spanish, Dutch, whatever it might be, and it just automatically translates what we type into our question nodes and message nodes. But as of this point, you have to go to your language settings of the Copilot. You then choose what secondary languages you want to add in. You're going to get a JSON file. You're going to download it, and then you're going to see your current conversation chat that you have built out, and then you manually have to go in and type in what you want it to now say. And then you deploy that, you re-upload that to the language. And then basically what happens is when a user logs into your Copilot agent, it will look at their browser settings of what language they're in. And if your Copilot supports that language, then it's automatically going to use your language translation. So I'm hoping down the road they make it a little bit easier because, well, one, I couldn't translate the languages to begin with, but maybe Chat GPT or Copilot Studio itself could help us out with that.
Yeah, the other way around that is Power Automate. If you want to go the Power Automate path and try to cut in and kick off a workflow. There's some generative work we can do with AI models and Power Automate that can do the live translation, but it's not going to be as quick as you want it to be. So it's not like you're speaking in that other language. It's going to go send it, translate it, return it, and then go from there. So not quite what you want every time.
Awesome. All right. Next question. Is it better to have one big topic or multiple topics for an agent?
I can do this one. So it is better to have smaller topics, and you also have the ability to redirect topics to other topics. So you don't want a huge, giant conversation just built out where it just goes and goes and goes. It's best to really break that out into separate topics, have them lead to one another if you need them to. That's just organization wise, probably your best bet. If you have one giant topic built out and you're having errors or you're having issues, you're trying to figure out where the problem is, that's really hard to pinpoint down to where the problem could be, where it started, where it's ending, especially if you're throwing in Power Automate flows on top of that, then you have flows happening within these conversations. It's just much easier to keep it organized and understand what's going on if it's all built more separate.
Yeah, kind of like an encyclopedia. When back in the day, I don't know if y'all know, but when you had encyclopedias, they were categorized by the letters. So I don't want to have to go through this huge book just to find what I want. If I know I'm going to look for a blue whale, I'm gonna get that book out that's got the blue whale top. I could find it quickly-ish in the
Matt is
book.
the king of metaphors. So
yeah, well,
I love that one. That's a good one.
All right. Let's see. What do we got next? Can we pass off the user to a live customer service agent?
I guess that one's me since everyone's staring at me.
That is you.
Yes, you can. Now, it does require some additional licensing and some additional things to purchase or have access to, like an omni-channel. So something like Dynamics 365 customer service, or some other type of omni-channel available, so you can pass off the conversation either to a live agent, so somebody who's there working in customer service that can take over and utilize their own Copilot on the side to help answer questions, or you can even kick it off to another service in general. So if you want to pass it from one agent to another, or if you want to be able to set it up so you're making a phone call and it goes somewhere else. So that omni-channel, like a customer service option, is going to be necessary for that to actually even happen in the first place.
Yeah, I guess kind of a workaround is, if you don't have that, is to do kind of like a Power Automate flow at the end when they say, we can't answer this question. We could take all the information that they've put into the bot and send that off through a Power Automate flow to our customer rep to say, hey, they're going to be following up with you. I guess if you're trying to get around that.
It wouldn't be impactful right then and there, but at least you have some type of recording on it.
All right. Let's see. Another question is, can Copilot be deployed on a website as a chatbot?
I guess I'll take that one as well. The answer is yes. Absolutely. That is one of the native capabilities of Copilot, to be able to go to a website. Now, there are some things that you need to think about when doing that, as far as accessibility, who's being able to log in, and all that security that comes with it. So if you're trying to deploy it on, say, your hosted website, that you maybe like Pragmatic Works on our website, if we have anything that agent is reading that might be secure data, we need to have authentication inside of that, and that's going to lead to a couple other things. It's going to ask the user to authenticate to be able to read that information. If it's open source data, putting it on the public website, it's really not too difficult to do. We can even embed it as an iframe if we want, so it can be on that website.
All right, excellent. And we do have some questions coming in live in the live Q&A chat. But before we do that, I want to remind everyone, the more active you are in the chat, the greater your chances to win some free training. And we have Coach Percy t-shirts. So we're going to give away some Coach Percy t-shirts and some training. So let's get active in that chat, folks. Here we go. Let's throw this question up here. Do you have any documentation detailing all the steps needed to plan out your agent?
There is an implementation guide that Microsoft actually created, and it is actually fantastic. They did a great job with it. It's in the form of a PowerPoint. It has a lot of flow charts in it. It answers so many different questions. It is linked below the original video that we just did, the original training. So you can access that at any time. And I actually really, really like it. It's very well done. So definitely check that one out because it's a start to finish, answer your questions type of situation.
Yeah, way better to plan than just to try to throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. I've done that in my initial learning
I think we all
phase.
have done that
Yes,
at one point. And what we learned is the more you plan ahead of time, one, the faster the process goes in the long run. Two, you're going to avoid issues in the long run. But knowing what your bot is supposed to do and who is supposed to interact with it is your number one question before starting a project.
Awesome. All right. Next question. Are there additional Copilot building learning modules within the Pragmatic Works library for an additional training and learning? What a softball. I mean, come on, right over the plate. Let's go, guys. Knock it out of the park.
All right, so there are multiple Copilot classes on our on-demand learning platform that you actually have free access to for the entire weekend. We have all of the different Microsoft 365 tools and how to use Copilot within them. We have a class on specifically on prompt writing, which I encourage everyone to learn about prompt writing. It is probably the number one issue I come across when doing trainings with people. They don't know how to even talk to an agent to get the best results. So definitely take a prompt writing class. I also have a class on there called Introduction to Copilot Studio, start to finish build of an entire agent in there as well. And so you go in there and create a whole different type of agent. It's completely different than what you just took in this course. But once again, those are free all weekend.
Free all weekend. All right, here's one that we need to answer. People notice the date. When people were following along with the example today, the bot didn't realize January 5th is now in the past and listed it as the next home game. Why is this?
So if you're watching the recording, it was recorded. I did record it in December. So mine came back January 5th because that was the next date that was coming up in my time when I recorded it. So if that's happening to you on your end, I will tell you right now, Copilot Studio is not perfect. Keep testing your bot to see and make sure it didn't just give you an error. Make sure everything, all of your content is the most up to date. Do you guys have any other suggestions when it comes to errors that end up happening? You are going to have errors. I know it looked like I was perfect, but trust me, I struggled at times when developing the agent in the first place, but and that's completely normal. You're going to come across issues occasionally.
Test a lot. Test a lot.
I'm so impressed. I'm impressed people were paying that close of attention. I mean,
that's really good.
On your every word, Amelia.
I was really proud of the people who figured out that I had recorded it before January. So I love the deductive reasoning that's going on out there.
All right, next question. Autonomous agents. Do you have a plan for any course or webinar on this topic?
Do you want me to take that one?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, we do. It's so new right now that we're still making sure that everything around the autonomous agent, as far as the triggers and all the stuff that comes with it, is ready to go. What we want to do is make sure the course that we develop is something that's easily followed, and you can really understand all the steps and really what it's doing. Autonomous agents with the trigger phrases and the stuff that's coming with it. It's too infant right now for us to be able to truly feel like we can have something ready for the public to ingest. But rest assured, we're working on it. I do hackathons just about once a week these days on Copilot Studio, and that's always something we're trying to add in there. We can get a little bit there, almost there, but it's just not ready yet for us to feel like we can put something out there for the public.
Yeah, and a lot of times when we put out these courses, we don't want to just say, click here, click this, do that. We want to have the full understanding behind it so that when you take our courses, you know why we're doing what we're doing. And so we really want to make sure that we've got that background knowledge to it so that you're like, I know why we did this, and now this is what makes sense. So
yeah, we can certainly put Power Automate in there, and we could talk to that all day long, but the autonomous part, currently not quite there yet.
All right, next question from Monty. You had the knowledge point to 2 PDFs. can you point to a folder and allow it to use all of the documents in that folder?
Yes. Okay. Yes. SharePoint is the place to do that.
Yep.
If it's a SharePoint folder, absolutely, you can point to multiple folders. In fact, if you want within your generative answers node, you can specify which knowledge source or which folder to point to when you go ahead into the properties for that. So you could say for this specific topic and this generative answer, only look at the documents in folder A, and a different one look in the documents in, say, folder B. That's something I absolutely encourage you to do right now. It's going to help you really curate the responses for the agent so that anytime any question comes up or part of the topic, you're getting the exact response you need, and you also get the links to that specific file. Obviously, if it's a SharePoint document that you're pulling from, authentication comes with that. Where you're publishing also comes into play. So if it's in Teams or in a Power Apps Canvas app, you're good to go. Anything else, you're going to have to do some, you're going to have to make app registration in your Azure portal, do some of the authentication that way.
Awesome. And last question, are there Microsoft certifications that focused only on Copilot? PL 300 is for Power BI. PL 900 is for Power Platform Fundamentals. What about Copilot Studio? What do we got?
Copilot Studio is part of the PL 900 Power Platform exam and certification. It is one of the 4 sections of it. Am I hitting that on the head there? Okay. It's Power Pages, Power Apps, Power Automate, Power BI, and Copilot Studio is also in there as well. There are a couple other AI exams, but they focus more on large language models and the understanding behind an AI agent rather than specifically Copilot Studio. So any exam that you want to take specific that has Copilot Studio information in it, it's going to be the PL 900 that's going to incorporate that.
All right. Well, that is all the questions that we have for today. Let me, I do want to drop on the screen real quick. We have another Learn with the Nerds coming up next month. It's Allison Gonzalez and friends talking about Excel to Power BI. So yeah, click that QR code. Well done, Amelia. Click the QR code, register now. We will include a registration link in the follow-up email. Matt is getting in the game. How about you, John? Point to the QR code. Peer pressure. There it is. All right. John gets it. All right. So be sure to register for that next Learn with the Nerds. We'll show you a trailer at the end of this video or this show today, where you can kind of learn a little bit more about what Allison and friends are going to be covering. But now it's time for the raffle. So as mentioned, we're going to give away some free training. I think we have 3 free licenses to our on-demand learning platform today. I got a couple of Coach Percy t-shirts to give away. And don't forget, we have free access to our Copilot courses all weekend. So be sure to jump in there and watch some of the Copilot courses on our on-demand learning platform, and be looking out for all sorts of specials with Coach Percy and his birthday next week when CertXP turns 1. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and start our drawing. So the first winner, this is going to be for a t-shirt, is yes,
I won.
Yeah, beautiful. It's not rigged, folks. Really, we're going to do this again. Let's try again. Who's going to win a t-shirt? Let's see. Abby Sikowski. Yes. Abby. So Abby, take a screenshot of the screen right now and email us at training@pragmaticworks.com, and we will get your information and get a Coach Percy t-shirt to you. So Abby, go ahead and take that screenshot, send it to training@pragmaticworks.com, and we'll get it off to you. So next one, let's do one more for a t-shirt. T-shirt, here we go. It is, it's a three letters. RMC. RMC asked the first question today. So RMC, shoot us an email, training@pragmaticworks.com, with a screenshot of your user login so we can validate that it's you. And we will get that off to you. Now, the grand prizes. It's time for the free on-demand learning annual subscription.
Ooh, big one.
Go. Who's it going to be?
Me.
Let's see. 28 Winix.
28 Winix.
All right.
Congratulations, 28 Winix. You'll get access to our on-demand.
Very funny.
And the CertXP platform, all for free. Again, take a screenshot of your username and send it to training@pragmaticworks.com. Let's do one more. We got 2 left to give away.
Ooh, 2 more?
Oh, it's going to be a long one.
Long one.
This is a big one.
Okay.
A&F Sprinklers Limited. All right. A&F Sprinklers. Please send us a screenshot.
Quid pro quo.
Yeah, we probably could use a little bit of a pro bono from A&F Sprinklers right now.
Not over
some
the
frozen pipes and all. All right. Last one. Need some music. Da, 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 da. Tracy German.
All right, Tracy.
All right, Tracy. You know the drill. Take a screenshot, training@pragmaticworks.com, and we will be happy to issue you an annual subscription to our on-demand learning platform. All right, so I'm going to put it back on the team real quick and see if you guys have any final thoughts about today's Copilot Learn with the Nerds. Anything that you guys want to share?
My only suggestion is to make sure you keep up with all of the changes that are coming with Copilot Studio. They are constant. We see it about every 2 months. We see big updates and new things coming in. So a lot of questions people had, they were like, can it do this? Can it do that? Maybe not yet, but it's on the way. So just keep up to date with what's going on, continue getting back on, seeing the changes, play around with it, learn something new. You only saw a tiny little snippet of what's available in Copilot Studio today. There is so much more available. And of course, here at Pragmatic Works, we're here to help you in your journey. So please reach out to us if you need any assistance when it comes to learning more about Copilot Studio. We are the company for you.
Awesome.
That sums it up.
Yeah.
All right. Great job, team. And stay tuned. We're about to show the trailer for next month's Learn with the Nerds. So we'll see you guys again next month. Take care.
Thanks so much, y'all.
Bye.
Hey there, data enthusiast. Are you ready to elevate your data game? Well, join us for Learn with the Nerds, Excel to Power BI. This is going to be a transformative event designed to supercharge your analytic skills. I'm Allison Gonzalez. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer, and in this immersive session, I will be joined by my fellow trainers, Angelica Chupon and Emily Taylor, and we will guide you through the process of working with your data in Excel, unlocking the full potential of the different capabilities and programs hidden inside of Excel. We will then learn how to migrate your Excel reports into Power BI effortlessly. We will also create dynamic and really visually appealing reports to bring your data to life. And also show, hey, how can we use Power BI data in Excel and really bring it full circle. So don't miss this opportunity to revolutionize your reporting capabilities. Be sure you register today, and we will see you there.